Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, I wholeheartedly welcome you to Eat to Live Strong. My name is Shelly and today I'm doing episode 4 of National Soup Month, where I will host a different soup throughout the month of January. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. I made this bison chili with pinto beans once. Now they beg for it all the time. That's right, my family absolutely loves this bison chili with pinto beans. Now, when I make my chilies, I do not use canned beans. I use dried beans, and pinto beans is a staple. It is healthy for you, and it's a hearty, comforting, lean protein that goes adjacent to the lean bison. So that's why I decided to use pinto beans. Now, first thing I did was I went through the pinto beans, made sure that there was no rocks and debris in it because this is coming from the earth. And then I rinsed them off really, really good twice. Then I put it in water and soaked it overnight in the refrigerator, which makes the beans cook faster. And now we're on the next day after soaking overnight in the refrigerator. I will now go through the beans again, and then I will rinse them once again to make sure there's no impurities left in the beans before I transfer it over to the crock pot and add in a hint of seasonings to it. And now it's ready to go over to the crock pot, adding a little bit of seasonings again. I'm doing bay leaves, and I'm also going to add a hint of salt and pepper. You do not want to put a lot of seasoning in here because once it is mixed with the bell peppers, onions, and bison, you don't want it to become very salty. Then it goes over to the crock pot, and it's going to be in there for 4 hours because I want to cook it slow. 4 hours later, you have this beautiful pot of pinto beans that is tender and ready to go on to the next phase of the chili. I have drained the beans, put it in the Dutch oven, and removed the bay leaves. So it is ready to move on to the next phase. And now for the bison. I select bison. My family loves bison because it's a very high protein that's lean and healthy. Now, in mine, I put vegetable broth in it to help with the seasoning and to also prevent it from sticking because the average person will use ground beef, ground turkey, ground chicken that produces the heavy oils that keeps it from sticking. Bison doesn't do that. So I use the vegetable broth to help only keep it from sticking, but to give it more flavor along with additional seasonings that I added to the recipe. I will put in the description box the ingredients and the recipe to this bison chili. This is a seasoning that I produced in my kitchen for chilies. So you can use your chili packet of choice, whether it's McCormick or the store brand or whomever. But I make my own seasonings. Now, a lot of you probably remember, and if you don't, it's going to be linked above. I do jarring or canning. I did over the summer from our harvest the salsa, tomato sauce, stewed tomatoes, jellies, preserves, pickles, peppers. We preserved a lot that we keep in our cellar slash basement. These are the stewed tomatoes that I canned last season. I will be doing more canning and jarring on this channel as well. So stay tuned. Well, I've made a mistake. Shame on me. I'm not supposed to be using the hard metals and things in my Dutch oven because it could void the warranty. However, I was very careful not to touch the sides or the bottom, but I did change out the spoon. Continue to stir the chili. Make sure that you're combining and marrying all the wonderful flavors and seasonings and beans and bison together, but keep stirring it so that it will not stick. You're going to let it simmer for 10 minutes and you're ready for your bowl of happiness. Please let me know in the comment section, have you ever tried bison chili? Have you ever made bison chili, or will you make bison chili? Let me know also, what do you serve with your chili? Is it cornbread, crackers, grilled cheese, or salad? I would like to know. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell so that you're notified each and every time I release a video. Share me out because sharing is caring. And as I always say at the end of each and every one of my videos, bon appetit. God bless you. See you next time. Love you long time. Bye-bye for now.